Welcome everybody to The Lamp is On Live. We are doing a live show. I am Johnny.
I am Armoni. What's up, you guys? As you can see, I am in a different setting. Ooh. I'm just playing. I'm in Jacksonville at the moment, at my grandma's house, so I kind of had to switch it up just a tad, you know. But how are you guys doing? Let us know in the comments. Let me block my brother, because no telling what he gonna do. But how are you guys doing?
So our topic for today is moving on from the past problems and different things like that. There are some things that hold us hostage sometimes, and some of those situations would be like
What's the block at?
going through like relationships, people
Mom, what's the block?
What's
What's the block at, Bonnie?
We're gonna
What?
And one of the first things is how do we handle moving on from where we are, the things that we've been through. How can I move on? And I got a few points that I think that we can tackle. And one of the first things I would say is that when we're moving on from these different situations, one of the things that we need to learn is that we need to learn how to distance ourselves for a while. And the reason why I say that is because a lot of times we feel like we have been stuck in that relationship or in that friendship to where it has tackled our mind. And if we learn how to distance ourselves, it's okay to cut some people off. It's really okay. There are moments in my life where I felt like I did not want to hurt people's feelings, and I wanted to stay in a situation, but it was doing nothing but hurting me in the end. And so I had to learn how to cut contact with those who are toxic. But a lot of people love toxic, and that is a real dilemma. And so when it comes to people who are toxic and people who are tearing us down, sometimes we have to let it go and distance ourselves away from it.
Yes, I definitely agree with you on that one. Like for people to understand, like, it's okay to let go of friendships, because that's what they're for. They're to come and go. They're not there to stay for the long run. What else did you say? I kind of got distracted while you were talking, but that was kind of the main point that I heard and that I kind of wanted to touch bases on. Is just that
about toxic people, though. Like, there are some people who feel like being around people who are toxic.
Oh, I can't be, because it's just like, if I want to be a type of person who wants to grow mentally, I can't deal with toxic. Like, I don't understand how people talk about they want to grow and everything, but like being toxic, and that's probably just them. Like, it's just their personality. Like, that's probably all they know. They don't know how to be around people who has a growing mindset. You just never know. And but personally, for me, I can't do that. Like, I need to be around people who's constantly moving, because
of course, that is a mindset, I guess, for people to understand that, hey, I need to move. I need to move, and the people that I surround myself with, they should move along with me. So if we get to a point where I'm moving and you're still stuck in one position, then maybe I need to reconsider how far our friendship should go. Because it should not ever be a point where I'm at point C and you're still at point A. And I'm still trying to look back to see what you got going on. And so somebody had said, it was a saying or something, that there's a reason why your rear view mirror is smaller than the windshield. I can't remember who said it, but I found that to be very, very, very true, because why do we keep looking back instead of looking ahead? And so if those toxic people are going to keep you looking backwards, then it's time for you to say, hey, okay, thank you for your time, but I've got to keep going in order for me to get to where I need to be.
Yes, I think I've heard it. I've seen that quote before.
Yeah.
Fine.
It's familiar, but I can't remember.
Now you welcome.
Yeah, I think it's like a picture or something like a meme or something. It was something like that, but I think I've seen that before. But yes, that is true. You never want to like go back to your personal state. You never want to go back to your personal state. Not personal, your old state. You never want to go back to your old state, because that's just working your way backwards. And I totally agree with you on that. Like, you don't want to hang around people who y'all were supposed to be growing together, but say like they might get stuck in one position, or they might just have a mental breakdown and decide like, I can't do this growing thing. This isn't for me. I got to go back to my natural ways, or I just got to do what I got to do, and it's not this, or something like that. And I totally agree. If they decide to do that, then you just have to make the decision for your own self and say, hey, am I going to do what they're doing, or am I going to keep my words to myself, my promise to myself, and keep going? Keep pushing myself to work harder and grow.
Come on, kiddo.
So while Monty's trying to get herself together with her little brother, let me share with you the second point of this this topic, and it is, in moving forward, a lot of times we have to change the people who are around us. And so with that being the toxic people or people who are trying to hold us back, there should come a point in our lives where we say, hey, I'm going to change how I view this, being that I'm going to change the people in my circle. The people in my circle are not going to be the people who are negative and trying to judge in the wrong way, but I'm going to be around people who are going to help push, who are going to keep moving to the next level. It may seem like I want to stay where I used to be, but I have to move to the next level. In order for me to do that, I might have to change the people who I'm hanging around.
Yes. I want to make a point on that. My mentor, she always tells me, and the other girls that are in the group with me, like, you yourself are the sum of the 5 people you hang around the most. So like, she used to use it in the perspective of like a report card. So like, if one of your friends get like an A, and one of your friends get like a B or whatever, not literally like in school, but say that you went to go grade them as a friend and you gave them letter grades, and you like sum it up or whatever, and you take the average of those grades. That's your personal grade. And it's just like, okay, if your grade is bad, then you know you need to change your friends. You know you need to do whatever you need to do or whatever. You need to change your environment. You need to change around the people that you hang around, you talk to on a daily basis. Maybe and it's not saying that you have to change them all at the exact same time. Maybe some people can change them all at the exact same time, but at least get rid of the weakest link first. And it's not like you later have to go to them and tell them like, look, you can't be my friend no more, so goodbye. You don't have to do that, you know. You just silently take yourself out of the equation and just keep working. And if they don't, as text, keep in touch, or like, why we're not friends anymore, then leave it alone. Don't mention it. Just keep doing you and do what you need to do. And as you continue to grow, continue to drop off that weakest link, but add. So as soon as you drop off somebody, you need to add someone. As soon as you drop off another person, you need to add someone, because you need to replace it. So you always want to have 5, or maybe you don't want. I'm not gonna say you always want to have 5, because some people may have 3, some people may have 2, some people may have 5. But just whoever your group is, do that with yourself. Just check, see how they're doing, and do that. This is terrible. I really thought this was gonna be a good live. You got him in the background murdering the frog. Don't know what he's doing. Okay. I apologize in advance.
You.
Yes, it's kind of like I'm on babysitting duty at the moment.
Jeez, you just.
For you guys who don't know me, I am a very busy young lady, and this is what happens when I'm home or finally have some free time. I get stuck babysitting. It doesn't bother me, but at the moment he's bothering me. So, but it's okay. Just ignore him. I'm trying to cover him up, because no telling what he's gonna do.
Ain't working either. There are 2 points, because in moving on, there are 2 points that take this this topic to another level, and that's dealing with death and relationships. And we were really just talking about friendships for the most part. But when it comes to death, one of the things that we have to realize when it's time to move on, a lot of people don't like the 2 words "move on" when it comes to death, because it's like, I don't want to move on from that, because I love them, and they left me here on earth. But with that, and I'm not going to spend too much time on it, because I don't have a lot of research on it or anything, but it is important that when it comes to death and moving on, that the person understands the grieving process, as well as everybody who's around them need to understand the grieving process, meaning that people should not rush those who are going through experiencing death, because we don't know how they process that death. So we have to understand the grieving process, and also reach out for support. Know that you're not in it by yourself. Try to find somebody or a group of people who can come together and talk about what you are experiencing, because by keeping it all inside, it's going to do nothing but damage you physically and emotionally. And so understanding those 2 when it comes to moving on from death, it's not just saying I'm going to forget them, but it's saying I'm learning how to process the fact that they're not here on earth with me anymore. And then with relationships, with moving on in relationships, we really have to ask ourselves, what are we really looking for in a relationship? Because a lot of times we jump into relationships and we don't really know what we really want in that relationship. And so once we get out of one relationship, we need to stop and evaluate what went wrong and what went right. What did I like and what did I dislike? And help get ourselves prepared for the next relationship. And so that helps us in our moving on process in relationships. But our final topic in this whole moving forward topic is our final point is practicing forgiveness. And a lot of times we hold on to things and it hinders us from moving forward because we have not forgiven yet. Or we haven't sat down and thought about what we needed to do to process ourselves into moving forward or moving on. I can move on after I know that I have forgiven you. Now, forgiveness is not the same as going back to where it used to be. Now, just because I forgave you does not mean that our friendship is going to go back to normal. It just means that I'm not holding on to what you did to me. I'm not holding on to all the stuff that you were doing. But now I can speak to you, but we ain't gonna be on the same level as we were on once before. I'm just forgiving you so that I don't have to sit in turmoil and every time you walk in the room, I get upset. But I have to learn how to move forward and saying, hey, I'm gonna forgive you. I forgive you for what you did, but don't expect me to be the same person I was 2 years ago before all this went down.
With the death thing, I definitely agree that when you're going through an emotional state like that, it's always good to talk to someone, because you don't want to hold it in and then you explode on the wrong person. That's like when one of my friends ever lose like a family member that's close to them. I always tell them like, hey, if you need someone to talk to, I'm here for you. You need anything, I got you. Never hesitate to pick up the phone, call, send a text message, whatever. And I don't just do that when they have death in the family. I try to do that on a daily basis, or it's a reminder, every blue moon at least. And then with the relationships, sometimes you just let it go. Just let it go. That's just the main one. Really, that's all you can do for that one. Let it go and move on.
It's hard for some people because they feel like I've been in it for so long. And well, some people say long, but it'd be like 5 months.
I mean, that is a pretty long time.
Okay, it's long for some people, but I mean, that's not like years of being together. So of course you've gotten an attachment in that 5 months, but how can I process to move on, even though I've spent 5 months with you and now you're gone? How do I process moving on from that?
It's just a point of, number one, if they did something to you, like you said, forgiving them on it, and you having the conversation with yourself and saying, okay, I don't respect what you did, but I have to respect my decision of leaving the relationship. And that's you forgiving, not necessarily forgiving the person, but forgiving yourself for leaving, like you making the right choice of leaving, and actually staying with that choice. It's just telling yourself like, okay, I have did this now. So now once you make that once you make that decision of I'm leaving, you gotta then take the process of trying to get it mentally out of your brain. Like maybe if you have some pictures in the phone of a certain person, go through them, delete them, block the person, delete their number, block them on social media, all ways that they can contact you. Just try to delete it, block it, do whatever you need to do, and to take that person off of your mind less. And once you do that, start working more. Because if you start working more, you're moving too much to even mentally think about an emotion, especially that. And that just helps a lot, really. with that. And that's where it is with that. And I think the last one was forgiveness, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I just tied that in. So yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say about that. Because it's just the point of you telling yourself that you can basically do it. It may hurt, but yeah. Because that is really crazy. Because today I watched a movie called The Last Song with Miley Cyrus. Have you seen that movie?
No, I don't.
Well, it's really good. And in the movie, it was this girl, and basically she was dating I think I'm gonna just say, like, he was an addict, and he was crazy, and like Miley Cyrus finally had to tell her, like, you need to go, like, leave him alone, like, he's not good for you. And she finally listened, and he came back and tried to get back in her life and stuff like that. You just gotta ignore it, block it out and everything. And that's basically what she did. And by the end of the movie, she was, doing much better. She thanked Miley for everything that the girl, that Miley did for her. So just the point of.
It's good that you brought that up, because when they come back, because you know that you will be tempted. There will be moments that you'll be tempted. Your past will come back to tempt you. It is up to you. This is why you have to start doing your practices and learning how to distance yourself from certain situations, different people, learning how to forgive. Because if you have not forgiven that person, whether it's relationship, whether it's friendship, whether it's a family member, if you have not forgiven that person is going to dominate your life. The reason why I say they're going to dominate your life is because every time they show up, you are now going to be in a bubble, because now you're going to be shut down. You're not going to know what to do or how to feel unless you have forgiven that person. If they have hurt you, you're going to have to learn how to forgive them before you allow them to put you in a state to where you're at a point of no return.
Yes, I was trying to say something and I forgot I was on mute. But dang it, I forgot something relating to that though. But yes, what you said, that's perfect. That's perfect. I'm gonna go back on mute.
And when you forgive, I know they say forgive, but don't forget. But I actually do think, and this is just me, I do think that at some point you're going to need to forget those things. Now, of course, you're going to remember the moment, but I do not think that it's going to be feasible for you to try to keep it in your mind.
Some people can. Some people are able to keep it in their mind and not let it phase them because they need to remember the moment. They just need to remember that, like, that particular event and go back to it each time something like that happens. Like, okay, if I didn't let this person do it back then, I'm definitely not about to let you do it. But with other people, some people do gotta, forget it just because they're the type of people, like, maybe it was the memories or the connection with the type of person, it just depends. Everybody is different in their own way, so you have to study yourself, figure out yourself, know your personality in order to learn how to handle situations like that.
That is true, because like with me, I forgot the details of the situation, but I did not forget the situation. If you get what I'm saying. Like, I forgot everything that happened, like every single thing that happened, but I did not forget that it happened. So it's like, I know that you're not going to play that game on me again. But then again, I'm not going to sit there and stay in it and be upset the whole time. So everybody has their own process, their own steps to forgiveness and all that stuff. But this is just something to share that we need to learn how to let some stuff go and move on. And move on. So we are working on, and somebody that came on the live. I know we came on late, and it's Friday night, so a lot of people probably is at some games or something.
Yeah, it's okay though. It's okay.
We're gonna figure some stuff out. We're still working on how we can do this thing. We want to talk to some people, so we might have to change our lives to another day or something. Well, during this season, because this is football season. But we're working towards the cooking tutorial thingy thing.
We got the cooking episode. We got it coming for y'all.
Yeah, we're working on it. Hopefully we get it. If we don't get it,
Oh, what are you doing?
charge it to money because it's her fault.
That is most definitely a story because that is not. I'm not the person who set up the cooking video. You are. So that's you and your connections. That means you need to talk to your people.
Get it together. Hopefully we'll have one to you. We'll probably have one during Thanksgiving season, since that is the time of everybody cooking. But we're gonna have one soon.
You.
I'm not cooking. I might be cooking, but I'm not going on camera. But we're gonna do that, and we're headed towards our 100 subscribers, where we'll be doing our first giveaway during the 100 subscribers, and I think we're supposed to be doing something else for 100.
The giveaway.
Just the giveaway? Okay.
I think it's the giveaway, and we said something about merch, and
Yeah.
we kind of have an idea for that, but not really.
Yeah.
We have a design, kind of, not really though.
Type thing. We get that together, the merch, as well as the web series is getting ready to come out as soon as we start writing. Oh, speaking of, man, we got to start our writer's block.
Got you.
Um,
I gotta figure this out. How this gonna work in my schedule? I'll let you know.
yes.
Might have to be Sundays afternoon.
Oh.
Nope, I tutor on Sundays. Can't do that. I'll let you know. I'm gonna have to look.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah, we will.
But today we record on Fridays normally, and we post them on Mondays on our YouTube channel. So today is actually Courtney's birthday, and we say happy birthday to Courtney.
Happy birthday.
Facebook, but she won't see it until Monday if she waits and watch it on YouTube.
YouTube, yeah, sure. Thank you guys for coming out. I know nobody's on the live right now, but for those of you who's gonna watch the YouTube video, thank you for this week's episode. Make sure you tune in. Tag 3 of your friends. Turn on them post notifications. Hit that bell button. Comment, like, and subscribe. And we will see you in the next video. So I'm thinking this is a youth.
It is.
I know, but this is a live.
Bye, live people.